retry again. Thanks for the follow, the old one reborn.
Whose very name inspires fear and penitence, reminding us of the inevitable fate which we all share. I, however, mean to tell you such a tale. Listen carefully.
Goodbye, Father. To hell with this place. Who are you?
Pretty perfect so far.
It's got to be.
That's pretty clean.
I know you can't hear me all the way where you are, Goddess, but thank you.
108 is a dang fast first death.
Damn it.
Back already.
You have come home.
Hey, Rune, I'm back. Okay, ready as I'll ever be. Thunder, is this real? Let's walk someplace else. I always come back. Coin from the dead.
I think that was a key, which is not what we want.
More.
Oh, nice. It was darkness. Alright. We're looking pretty solid. Darkness from a shop. A well. Or maybe just like a Poseidon boon, sunken treasure. All we're gonna need. Sloppy.
Farthest I've come. Skullomats. They absorb my blood.
This is one of the really nice things about taking Zeus special there from the options that you're given. Is it one-shots armored numbskulls because the two hits are separate. They kind of just bypass the armor.
Centaur heart.
Getting health there kind of sucked, but this is good. We're about to get all of our darkness. Actually, funnily enough, out of just straight-up darkness rooms, which is definitely not common. Having a mini-boss to die on is pretty good. You guys usually can kill you pretty quick. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not amazing. You could definitely be faster, but definitely solid. Definitely usable.
Stupid skeleton twins.
So now we're just going to unlock the fountain real quick.
Work authorized. A fountain chamber in the depths of Tartarus.
Then I'm going to go ahead and grab my second dash from the mirror. And hopefully this first hammer will have double Nova or double Edge.
Night and darkness guide me. Think that should do it. I should go. All right, one more time. That looks like a Daedalus hammer.
Double Nova and Double Edge. I'm gonna take Double Nova.
Daedalus, wherever you may be right now. Thank you.
I think I like it better. It's definitely less useful later on, but it speeds up the beginning of the game so much, regardless of, you know, what boons you find. So here we're looking for Athena Special. Not just because I had Double Nova, but because it's the prerequisite for Merciful End that we want if we decide to go that route. And it also helps enable Deadly Reversal if we end up with Artemis. Athena's dash is extremely powerful, but unfortunately it's no longer a prerequisite for those two duo boons, so it's not a top priority to take at the start. Since the earlier you can start seeing those duo boons, the more likely you are to actually get them. Here's Athena. So this is an interesting conundrum. So like, if I take attack, I pretty much lock myself out of Merciful End, but it is quite good. I could instead take the cast if it's offered to me, and that enables Deadly Reversal without turning off. And it looks like I was offered the cast and no attack, so that's what we're gonna do.
Each exit has its own
Take the
reward.
shop here because it's free.
I think I hear the river. Brimstones.
Taking the mini-boss because we only get offered one mini-boss room, and they're usually pretty quick.
Let's go, lads.
I really don't want Poseidon, but it's alright. Ocean's Bounty would be nice. We didn't get there. Take Sunken Treasure.
Looks like I caught a big one. The power of the sea should be of help.
Nice, we got our fountain.
Be the fountain chamber I commissioned back at home.
Look at the Elite Room. They are supposedly a little faster on average. I'm going to trust Museus on this, because he's the only one who's really looked in depth at the difficulty value data. That was pretty quick.
Well, this far.
You're wondering why sometimes, like, I run toward the doors after I kill everything. Spawns in this game are based, in large part, on Zagreus' position when the mobs are spawning. And so by hugging that corner there near the doors, I get the mobs to spawn closer to the exit. It just means I get to get out of the room a little bit faster. Hopefully I managed to get all of the skulls from down there to chase me. Seems like I did. That's good. Hugging the corner up here for the same reason.
Bottle of nectar.
I'll go shop. I have enough money. There are some good boons we could get.
Kieran's shop.
This is not one of them. We're just gonna leave.
Well, this is awkward.
Halt, son.
Come on,
Your father's
I'll have to.
a man.
Poseidon used to get a lot more disrespect. Irish actor. It's actually buffed a decent bit in version 1.0. A lot more usable now. That said, still don't think he really has a place in Fresh File. That was a really nice Meg fight. She dashed straight into the pillar several times, so I didn't have to chase her around. There's one argument for checking the well there, which is maybe I buy a Nail of Talos. I decided to save the money instead, though.
Now we're getting somewhere.
We are really gonna want an attack boon here soon.
Scorpions. Come, wretches.
That same principle, by the way, is why I killed all the enemies down below before killing the enemies up top. Since after I kill the enemies up top and the room ends, I'm closer to the door than if I kill the ones up top first, and then I have to go kill the bottom ones and then run back to the door. Buy this health. See you later, Poseidon. Not interested. Getting Doom on attack would be really nice here. Really sloppy gameplay here. Took a lot more damage than needed to, for sure. Perfect. Alright, so now we're just looking for duo boons. Athena Dash would be great too. Just obviously both for survivability and on the off chance we got Merciful End. It's way better for proccing it.
Let's see what's in here.
I do want that HP, but the upside on Ares is too high here. I have to take him. Unfortunate timing. Wow, I took a lot of damage. That's terrifying. Well, I got Merciful End. Sadly, I'm very low on health.
We can switch to a different boon.
Going to the shop, hoping for boon plus heart plus healing or something like that. Didn't get there. I'm actually fine. 49 HP should be fine. There was a consideration to buy Poseidon there to get Sunken Treasure, which would give me some of my money back and also heal me a little bit.
Great.
I decided I'd rather just save the money. That'd be fine. Really just have to not get slamming heads. As long as I don't get the blue horned heads, no reason why we should ever be in danger here. The blue horned heads aren't even that dangerous, you just have to take them a little slower. Definitely didn't have to take that 16 damage, just impatient. Oh, I just reconnected to chat. I hope I didn't miss any messages.
Could have gone worse.
This is Nemesis, right? It is not. It's Zag Sword, because it's a fresh file. It is an unupgraded Zag Sword.
Get out of this damn boot. Check. The fields of Elysium.
Try and palm our attack here. Hopefully we see Athena relatively soon, get that dash.
That eyeball, is that him?
Really not sure what my optimal DPS combo is here, to be honest, so if you see me trying a bunch of different things, that's why. I'm just trying to figure out what's fastest on the fly, and then try and stick with it.
Long spears.
So here, instead of sticking by the exit door, I'm sticking by the Well of Charon, because I want to check it at the end of the room. Same principle, just applied differently.
The power of the gods.
Fresh file means this is your first run of the save. Fresh file means it is a new save. It doesn't necessarily mean it is the first run. First run is actually a specified category for the first run. This is a third run attempt. Ooh, here we go, dash. We're in there. Artemis here could give me deadly reversal too. Damn. This guy wastes a bit of time. If you want to see what a first run looks like, I do have a first run completion on my YouTube channel, and I also plan to do some first run attempts today, later today. How viable is ME on Sword, Spear, Shield? On Sword and Shield, it's super viable. On Spear, it's a bit clunkier, but it's still good. Merciful End is just a fantastic boon. The problem with it usually is that in order to proc it, you really want to end up getting... I think Hunter's Mark. You really want to end up getting Athena on dash, but that's not a Merciful End prerequisite, so you end up requiring a lot more Athena. Ow. First run was seeded in the sense it's always the same. It starts being unpredictable right after the very first room. I'm not sure where people got this idea that that first run is completely seeded. It's just not how seeds work in this game, even if it were true. You do get the same very first room. You get the Athena room every time, because that's the story. But after that point, it's going to depend on RNG and stuff. More health. Thought seeds define the whole run. That's a common misconception because most other games it does work that way. Seeds in Hades are a bit more complicated. Not really something I can explain right now, but to say you end up every room is generates a new seed. We go Athena trying to find deadly reversal. Man, I really got to get some HP now. Just kind of threw away a little too much. Can't have a 100% seeded run, so you can. That's what my Any Heat world records are from the Nighty Night and Blood Price updates. The ones that aren't specifically marked unseeded. It's a 3:59 in-game time and a 3:51 in-game time. So if you want to see what a fully seeded run looks like, hell yeah. That's what you're looking for. Actually already have Merciful End, so we are good on that. When did I get ME? Pretty early on in Elysium. Ow. Actually, wait, did I get it in Asphodel? I don't know. I got it at some point. I was proccing it with my special, but I got the dash here in Elysium, I think is what happened. This is where Hunter's Mark is coming in huge. Look how much damage I'm doing. Deadly Reversal plus Hunter's Mark is just insane. Really confused about seed now. So essentially you'll have a seed for the start of your run, and then based on what your RNG value is at the end of the first room, that will combine in some way with your current seed, and that'll generate you a new seed for your next room, whichever room you pick. And that process will continue for every single room. A seed is only going to guarantee you two things. It'll guarantee you your first reward of a run, so like what the first reward is and what options it gives, and it'll guarantee what type of reward the second room offers, but it will not guarantee what boons will be offered, because what boons will be offered is determined by the seed, and that isn't rolled until you enter. It's not rolled in advance. If you want to see like the type of madness we kind of have to do to get consistent seeded runs, in my description there should be like underneath the blood price leaderboard, like, or personal best table or whatever, there should be a link to the route that I used on blood price, and you'll see the kind of like RNG manipulation stuff we have to do to get a consistent seeded run. Impending Doom, let's go. We got huge damage. Alright, 2 sack me. Yeah, RNG on the sack is a huge factor, for sure. But there's kind of RNG through the whole run. Oh, we got it. Alright, I'm gonna actually have to focus for this Hades fight, because there's actually a chance. There's a mod that made it always 2 sec when you use it, want it. So we actually technically have something similar to that for the Hermes Cup already. We use a racing mod, which helps display some stuff for better viewing, and also it limits the sack RNG, so you can only see a 2 or a 3 sack. I'm still not sure if I want eventually the speedrun scene to move toward a sack mod or not, just because there's so much other RNG that, so sack RNG obviously feels kind of the worst out of the major RNG elements, because it kind of is, it all happens all at once. Every time you get to the end of a room and you don't get the sack, you feel cheated. But there's a lot of smaller RNG that adds up to being just as impactful. I need to stop taking hits. I will read your questions and answer after this fight. Let's go.
Oh. You... Go. Go, then. Go! Get out of here! Get out!
I told you that I would, Father. And I'm going to. Goodbye.
Wait. Wait, just... If you find her... If you somehow find her... Tell her something for me. Tell her Cerberus is doing very well.
What? Wait, I don't think I owe you any favors here. So answer me one question and I'll give it some thought. How's that?
I know your question, boy. But ask it anyway.
Persephone. My mother. Why did she leave?
Blood and darkness. There is no escape.
Goodbye, Father.
Hell of a run. Damn. Yeah, this about sums it up, huh? The only thing, there we go. This boon setup is about as good as you can get. We had a little bit of slowness to get it going, but once it got going, we were cruising. If Hades hadn't done the circle lasers, then I'd been able to do some more free DPS there. We probably could have sub 25-30'd. Dramatics asks, is that world record? It is. It is the 1.0 world record. I've actually continuously held the fresh file world record since, I think, February of this year. I don't think anyone has posted a time faster than mine on any update. Thank you guys very much for the congrats. This is a good run. This is I'm shocked I got a run this good again this quickly. Getting runs in that like under 27-minute range is actually pretty tough. Thank you, Akka. But yeah, this final run here wasn't as good as like the actual run where I went and beat Hades. Wasn't as good as my 2604. That one was like a 12 something in game time. It was a wild ride. It was a really good run. This had a way cooler heroes fight, I think, though. Mostly we just saved a lot of time on the darkness farm. I didn't get quite as screwed on the darkness farm. Thanks for the follow, Godly Monkey. So that's kind of the tough thing. When you go for that, like, the ultimate, like the peak level of third run as a strategy for Fresh File, it takes so much to get off the ground. Because you really want, like, a 330-ish second death. Like, you got all your darkness and you die at, like, 330 or lower. You can get as low as, like, 310 for that death. And then you also have to find, you know, a good hammer at the very start. And then you also need Merciful End. It's really hard to get all those things to happen together. So here we got most of it. The Darkness Farm could have been a little bit faster, but otherwise this was pretty great. See, finding Impending Doom there was pretty nutty. I don't know if we would have been able to do it without it. Oh, and then you also have to get a 2-sack at the end. So after all that, you get all that in a row, and then you also need a 2-sack. Definitely not a category for the faint of heart, but it's just so fun to me for some reason.